If you want to successfully work with your clients from the very beginning, you need this process. Hello, my name is Sarah, and I am the founder of Currents Marketing, and we are here to help social media managers grow and scale their business without all of the overwhelm and burnout and without feeling lost. I have been a social media manager for almost 7 years now, and I learned a lot of this the hard way. So I want to make this easy for you. I started my career as a commercial photographer and then started to transition into social media management for my clients. So here are some of the processes and things that we use to have successful working relationships with our clients. And today we're talking about onboarding. So onboarding is when you first sign a client up to work with you and to use your services. This is one of the most important times of your working relationship and will set you up for success working together. So, why is onboarding so important? Onboarding is important because it helps you to set expectations with you and your client. This will help your client understand what they can expect from you, what results they can expect, and how they can continue working with you to see success on their social media. So you've likely talked to them during the proposal. Maybe you did an introduction call and you got to kind of see what their goals are and what they're looking for. But they loved your proposal, they loved your services, and they're ready to start working together. This is the perfect opportunity to not only set these expectations, but also your boundaries. So if you have seen any of my other content, or if you are a part of our Rising Social Media Managers membership, you've probably heard me talk a lot about boundaries and how important they are. Onboarding is the perfect opportunity to bring these boundaries up so your clients know when they can expect to hear from you, when they should reach out to you, how they should reach out to you, what's within your scope and what's not in your scope, and so much more. Your boundaries are up to you, but when you onboard, you can let them know of your boundaries. Onboarding is also really important because it helps you to efficiently and effectively understand your new client. Using things like our onboarding questionnaire that we're going to go over later helps you understand your client. What are they looking for? What are their goals with social media? What do they expect of you? What resources do they have that you can use to make their social media successful? And how can you both work together? Knowing all of this information will help you as you move forward. Also, having a good onboarding process in place will save you time because you aren't scrambling to get all of these elements put together. If you use a system like we use Dubsado, it's automatically all sent out to this new client. So all you have to do is initiate that workflow and you get all of that information like their questionnaire, contract, etc. coming back to you. It also helps to build trust and confidence between you and your clients. If they see that you have a strong onboarding process and you know what you're talking about, they're going to feel very, very confident in their decision to work with you. So show them right from the beginning that you are the expert and that you need this information from them to be successful. Knowing their goals will help you to cater their strategy that you are going to use once you go in and start building their content. So today we're specifically talking about the onboarding questionnaire. What is that? This is going to be a set of questions that you send your client when you start working with them so that they can outline all this information to you. Yes, you can ask them this during a call or in person, but I do recommend having a written version of this so that you can always refer back to it or your team can refer back to it when you're building the content for their social media. So what we use is a platform called Dubsado, and I'll show you a little bit into the back end of that later. We use that platform so that when we have all the information loaded in, we've met with the client, they've looked at our proposal and they said, yeah, let's work together. Dubsado automatically sends them an invite to book their onboarding call. It sends them the questionnaire for them to fill out, and it sends them their contract. Once that's all signed, it sends them their first invoice. I love using a system like that because it saves us a lot of time for having to manually go through and do that. With Dubsado, it's quick, it's one click, but there are lots of other platforms out there that you can explore. There's platforms like 17 Hats, Honeybook, HubSpot has some versions of this. There really is a lot on the market. So make sure to go and try these platforms and find one that works best for you. One of my favorite features about Dubsado and why we switched to using it is that they can schedule their meeting right from the email. And I like that we didn't have to use an outside platform like Calendly. It was all done within Dubsado, payments, contracts, questionnaires, everything. So back to the questionnaire. This questionnaire really is a deep dive for your client. And I tell them when we first talk that it's a long questionnaire because the more details we have, the better. Once I send them this questionnaire and they fill it out, I ask for that to be done before our onboarding call. The reason I want it to be done before that call is that we can then look through the answers that they gave and discuss it in the onboarding call. If we have any questions we wanted to go over, if we need any clarification, that's the time to do it. So in the bottom, I'm going to be linking our free resource, which is a list of onboarding questions that you can ask your clients. So I will share that with you now so that you can see that. Once you go in and put your information in, you're going to get a link to the client onboarding questionnaire. This is already formatted and set up if you would like to use it as is. You're more than welcome to. You can use some of these questions to build your own. You can add some of your own questions in. But what you want to make sure is that your client has access to these questions so that you have access to that information. So at the beginning, we always ask for contact information. We want to just get the basics like their email, phone number, address, etc. We also want to know how they prefer to be contacted. And in our onboarding process, we let them know how we prefer to be contacted. We always ask if the person that went through this initial process with us is going to be our contact person. In larger organizations, you may be dealing with the decision maker, but then you may have a different contact who's going to be approving the content, sending you content, or working directly with you. So it's great to know that from the very beginning. We want to know kind of the basics of their business, what makes them different. Then we go into some branding information. Do they have logos, headshots, images, brand guides, etc.? Do they have a specific tone of voice they like to use? Any specific phrases or taglines? We also go over what they expect of social media and what they expect of us as their social media managers. Are they looking for specific goals? Are they looking to see specific results? Do they not know what they're looking for? We outline that all in one place so that we can help them manage those expectations. If they're expecting to go viral every day and they have no content, we might go in and help them understand what they can expect in our first month working together, in our first quarter working together. We also ask them what stats are important. So when we deliver our analytics and reports, we know what we can focus on to show them what we've been doing to help them see those results. Most of the time, they'll just say they want a general overview or they don't really know what they're looking to see. This is how you can position yourself as an expert to show them that information. You also want to make sure you're getting all things like passwords. We suggest using a platform like LastPass so that you can get it securely. Their handles, if they have any affiliations you need to know about, This questionnaire goes through and covers everything. Your client might give you simple answers in some of these because it is a lot to come and fill it out. So use that onboarding call with them to get the other details. And if they've printed this out and sent it to you, or they filled it out online, you can then add your own notes to it to make sure that you have all of the information. So now what I'm going to go and show you is what we would do with this questionnaire to make it work within our systems. So what I would do is go and load these questions into Dubsado. I'll add a link below to Dubsado as well so that you can see what platform we're using. But what we would do is go into the platform and make a new form. So in here you can see I've already opened it to create form, and this will let us build the questionnaire. You don't have to build one for each client. You can just build it once and then in your workflows set it up so that they can get this questionnaire. If you want like a full overview of this process, let me know and we can put that together. But here's what you can do for the questionnaire. You can make it as simple or as beautiful as you want. You can add images in here. You can do just simple yes or no questions, text boxes. I would suggest right up at the top doing a text box because it will let you tell them some information. Maybe you can outline what questions are the most important, or if there's any other details you feel like they need, you can put this right up at the top, or you can just use it as a branding opportunity. Then you can go in and add their questions. So something like free response would be a longer question where you want them to give you more details. Yes or no could be, do you want to approve every post before it gets sent out? Yes or no. If you need to know important dates or when they would like to meet for their first meeting, there's date options. They can upload their files right in here. If you want to, you can add your own code if you want to get really fancy. They can just do short answers. There really is a lot of options in here. But what you can do is use the free download, those questions, to build your own branded questionnaire so that when they get it, they see more of your branding and they see you as the expert for knowing what questions to ask. So please go through the questionnaire, find the platform and start working through that process. And then come back to our channel and let me know if you have any questions or any other sort of tips and advice you would like about successfully onboarding your social media management clients. And this is a brand new channel, so please subscribe, like, follow, whatever you would like to do to support us so we can continue making more information for social media managers.